Hello everyone who's been waiting for fire to get stable so you can actually warm your socks next to it. I am BorderWise and welcome to From the Depths Stable 4.0 Update, the long-awaited, or at least highly anticipated, fire update. So, as you've probably noticed on screen, we've got a canoe barbecuing a marauder. As you do, of course the marauder had to be set on fire, it's compulsory. And this is a fun update. This brings to stable things that that have been released previously on the alpha test branch, and now it's on stable, and we can all play with it. Excuse me. Right, I am hype. I've just come off a live stream where I did a lot of playing around with fire. It was great fun, and among other things, I built this flaming canoe right here. So, right. Reading the patch notes, what is up, Depthians? Exciting news. The long-awaited fire update has arrived in the stable branch. Now, alongside flamers, incendiary options for cram. APS, missiles, and even lasers are at your disposal. Oh no, we've run out of marauders. We need more marauders. To barbecue! As we dive into this blazing update, let's extend a warm welcome to 4 talented programmers joining our team, and before we ignite into showcasing the new features, we must express our deepest gratitude to our player base and the special community that supports us. We extend heartfelt thanks to Cap, also known as Kneecap, for crafting stunning new load screens, and to Just a Wrench, Kevin, Hawkins656, Aperture Gaming, and Lathland for presenting some epic clips that captures some fiery battles. We recognize the considerable effort involved in setting up these clips in-game, capturing angles, scenes, and the meticulous editing process. I'm not mentioned, but that's okay because I'm setting up epic scenes right now, with canoes. This is epic, right? I don't know. So yes, a whole bunch of other content creators and just regular community members of From the Depths have made quite fun, fire-related little bits of essentially fan-made trailers. And in the patch notes, there are links to them, and you should go watch them. My personal favorites are, well, The Scented Candles by Hawkins, that's really good. Of course, Lathrix has done a full movie. And yeah, so you should go see them. Treat yourself! Royston, okay, so this is in the past. Royston will also be streaming at 2 p.m. to 5:30 p.m. EDT, Eastern Dinosaur Time, to showcase and answer any questions about fire mechanics. Link to the Twitch right there. So yeah, go look at Royston's stuff. That was a fun stream. I came in towards the end of it, and then I streamed afterwards. It was fun. On to this hot fiery update. Oh no, we're out of fire. You know what this means? We need to set more things on fire. What can we set on fire? Let's be really ambitious and set a Paraiba on fire. How fast does that move? Not fast enough. Alright. Fires inflict continuous damage and often pack more raw power than high explosive rounds. I think my flamethrower canoe just got disabled. No, it didn't. Joke's on you. It's too fast. It's too ugly. They prove particularly effective against fast-moving targets above water, although their efficiency diminishes underwater. Additionally, fires weaken enemy armor, making them ripe for subsequent assaults. You can now monitor fire activity on your enemy's vessel by pressing V while targeting and accessing the Fires tab, which displays active fires, remaining fuel, and oxidizer levels. So more on that in a little bit. We are actually winning here, and that's very nice. I'm going to lock... I'm going to lock onto you properly. Nothing like barbecuing an airship. Okay, so if I go here, V menu, and what do you say? Damage to you bug it? No, what was it? Accessing the Fires tab. There we go. Burning cells. Ah, here's everything. There's a lot of active fires. There's currently 2 active fires, but there's gonna be more. Probably. Okay. So there's that. Utilize the debug fire tool by pressing Z, selecting debug fire, and then choosing a slot in your tool belt in designer mode. So, I've already done that. It's already set to 9, and I'm going to set my own boat on fire here, just for giggles. just to show you how it's done, that it is possible. Did I do it? Yes, I did! See how burny I am now. Sizzle, sizzle! Bubble, bubble, toil and trouble. Thankfully, this thing's made of alloy, which is slightly more fire resistant than wood, which is very convenient for me right now. For convenience, customize the fire debug tool settings by selecting it in your tool belt and pressing the right mouse button to further adjustments. I've already done that. Flamers, being cost-effective and compact, lack effective countermeasures. However, their short range and gradual damage via fire ignition are notable drawbacks. So, yeah. In case anybody did not know, the maximum range of a flamethrower from the depths is about 400 meters. That is not very far. It's bloody far for a flamethrower. But considering that this game has railguns that can accurately hit things from about 5,000 meters away, it's not very long range, is it? How are we doing there? We're barely taking damage at all. It's great. Right. Furthermore, lasers now possess the ability to ignite blocks. And fire size adjustment is achievable with the superheating module. I played around with that a little bit. It makes laser more burny. Crams now have incendiary pellets. APS has been given incendiary head and body modules. And missiles have also been given incendiary modules. All except lasers can have incendiary and oxidizer adjusted. So lasers, to no one's real surprise, are the worst option for setting things on fire when they're underwater. It would be a little bit awkward if they were good at it, really. Right, stay vigilant and adapt your strategies to harness the power of this fiery update. So, in short, you might want to spam wood less than you were. Make sure there's actual air gaps in your armor so fires don't spread as easily. Separate out your fuel tanks, because fuel tanks do burn, and they start fires when they get destroyed. So, you might want to be aware of that. Yay! Sizzle, sizzle, you can run! No, you can't run, actually. Alright, changelog. It's changelog time. Let's zoom in on this burning, because that's fun. Alright, fires. Added fires. A fire is a group of cells that take damage over time. Cells below the waterline are extinguished. Usually. They are pretty much usually extinguished. Whoopsie daisy, I clicked off it. No, I must come back. Come back to me. I must read you. Let me read your body. Alright, fire damage taken reduces the armor value of blocks to a minimum of 1. X% total health taken as fire damage equals 1 minus X% armor left. I didn't fully understand that formula, to be perfectly honest with you. Fire spread when they destroy blocks, or if they have lots of fuel relative to their size. Fires have 3 properties: fuel, intensity, and oxidizer. Fuel determines how much total damage a fire can do. The baseline is 1 fuel equals 1 damage. So if we hop on our flamey friend over here, you will see that this fuel output is around 16,320. So per second, that's how much damage it does. Or rather, that's how much damage the fire it starts does. Can you please barbecue this thing's propulsion so you can stay close to it and, you know, warm it? Intensity determines how much fuel per second a fire uses for every burning cell and reduces the damage reduction of fire-resistant materials. Fuel used per second per burning cell is 1.5 times the intensity. Oxidizer doubles the armor reduction effect of fires. Oh, I forgot about that. 50% fire damage taken reduces every block to 1 armor and makes it possible for them to burn underwater. Great, we barbecued that thing. Excellent. We need to barbecue more things. You know what's really fun? Setting atlases on fire. So let's do that. 1, 2. Here we go. Whee! At 20 intensity, 1 oxidizer is used for every 4 fuel over water, 1 oxidizer for every 2 fuel below water. Every 10 intensity increase also increases oxidizer use by 1/3 of the base. So, the more intensity you have, the thing burns through oxidizer faster as well as fuel. Blocks have 2 new properties: fire resistance and flammability. A fire with intensity below the block's fire resistance does reduce damage to the block. Damage multiplier is intensity minus resistance times 0.15 divided by resistance times 0.85, 0 to 1 range. Wow, we're burning through atlases very quick. I can barely keep up. Alrighty. Blocks with flammability above 0 add fuel to the fire for every unit of fuel used. Intensity of the fuel added is the block's fire resistance. Wood has 10 resist and 80% flammability. One cell taking damage from a 100 fuel, 50 intensity fire equals 25 plus 60 equals 85 fuel left. New total intensity is roughly 21.76. So let's explain this a little bit. So you'll see here the flammability of this is 80%. So going to that for every unit of fuel used. So basically intensity of fuel used blocks fire resistance. So about it gives about 80% of the fuel back when it gets burned with an intensity of 10. So thankfully not that intense. It fizzles out after a while. But stone has 0 flammability, so it doesn't add any fuel. Alloy adds a little bit of fuel back, and so does heavy armor, actually. So setting heavy armor on fire is actually a completely valid way to destroy it. We must burn more things! Alright. Where is it? It's the Jacob's Treehouse, I think, because that thing is great fun. No, the Panjurdard. The Panjurdard. I know how to pronounce it. It's not a melee crop, relax. Yay, you missed. You missed! And I remember people saying that I shouldn't endlessly spin around these things because it makes people sick, so let's not do that. Right. Wood has 10 resist and 80% flammability. One cell taking damage from a 100 fuel, 50 intensity fire. Oh wait, no. No, I already read that. Blocks generally have 10 to 60 fire resist and 0 to 80% flammability. High speed fans the flames, increasing fire damage done per fuel. Big fires choke themselves out, reducing damage done per fuel. Reduction starts at 5,000 total burning cells on a vehicle. Minimum efficiency is 30% of the original. Added incendiary bodies to APS and missiles and incendiary pellets to cram. Their intensity range is 20 to 40, and they can also pack oxidizer. APS and missile impacts ignite a fire around the explosion point. Fires have an IR signature, a function of total fuel and intensity. IR guidance and AI hot targeting can target individual fires. Oh, look at that! We set the thing on fire. More fire! Bernie, Bernie. You see how effective flamethrowers are against wooden targets. They just really just tear ass through it. Alrighty. More burning needed. Okay. A burning block colliding with another construct spreads the fire to it. That includes sub-objects, by the way. Added a tab to the V menu showing all the active fires on that vehicle structure. We have seen that already. Added a designer-only character item for igniting fires. We've seen that already. Man, that fire's going. Destroying fuel tanks ignites fires. Fuel of the fire depends on the fuel level of the vehicle. Intensity is 20, so it'll do terrible things to wood. Destroying steam boilers and controllers creates fires and weaker explosions. Intensity is 20. Fuel is a function of the steam in the boiler chain. So, steam engines are now volatile, by the way, but technically so are fuel engines because they need, well, fuel. It goes whoosh. Flamers! New weapon system flamers. That's what our canoe is using, and it's fantastic. Flamers use fuel and ignite fires at short range. Cheap and compact for the firepower. Flame speed is 300 meters per second. Maximum range is 400 meters. Two main block variants, both 1x1x4 meter beams. Connection point in the back with 35 degrees azimuth and elevation range. Connection point at the bottom with 360 degree azimuth and -10 to 89 degrees elevation range. So that's an important thing that I missed out on. This thing that connects from the bottom is essentially a pre-packaged turret. You don't need to stick it on a turret unless you wanted to, I guess, aim down a bit more. I guess you could arrange it so that it really can aim up and down a lot. Ah! Yay! Sizzle, sizzle! Okay then. Pipes connect the main blocks to tanks. 3 tank types: fuel, oxidizer, and catalyst. They increase fuel oxidizer throughput and intensity. Intensity without catalysts is 20. 2 to 1 fuel catalyst tank ratio is 30 intensity, 1 to 2 is 50. 2 tank sizes: 1 times 1 times 1 and 1 times 3 times 3. This is using actually both of them. Smaller tanks are more compact and more expensive for the firepower. Tanks can be changed. They can only connect to tanks of the same size and type. Destroying flamer tanks ignites fires. Tank lines have to be pressurized by adding compressors to their end. That's what these things are, by the way. They make the thing go whoosh. Compressors use power and have a variable power use. Flamer pressure is the weighted average of the pressure of individual tank lines. Lower pressure means slightly lower range. There's an important note here. Like early in alpha test, it was possible to rig up steam engines to apply pressure to these tank lines. That was removed because it was a little bit overpowered. It means you could have absolutely gigantic flamethrowers with using basically no power whatsoever, and they just, had very high pressure for not a hell of a lot of exchange. So that's not a thing anymore. So just to clear up any confusion there. Lasers! We should set something on fire with lasers. I know exactly what to do. I have a thing that has lasers. Where is the thing with lasers? I hope it still works. Where is it? That's the toaster we want. Where the hell is it? Ray the Frontsider. No, not Ray the Frontsider. Where is it? Where's it? Aha, the monolith. This thing has lasers. So we're going to set things on fire with those lasers. Where can we set things on fire? We should set the green field on fire with lasers. As you can see, we're setting things on fire. It's really good. Okay, lasers. Lasers have intensity instead of AP now, and they are mitigated by fire resistance instead of armor. Damage multiplier is resist divided by intensity, capped at 1. Lasers ignite fires when they destroy blocks. Fuel of the fire is determined by flammability of the blocks destroyed. Intensity by fire resistance. Laser base damage is reduced to 50%, and smoke and shield reduction is much weaker. Laser damage counts as fire damage, also reduces armor of the blocks damaged. Laser fires don't add any oxidizers, so they still suck at shooting at things below the waterline. New laser component, the superheating modulator. Can be placed on combiners, reduces base damage to a minimum of 75%, and increases fuel of fires ignited to a maximum of 250%. So, if we hop over here, that block is... Where is it? It's here. So, if you stick this on your laser combiner, it basically makes it more burny and less zappy. That is the technical language. Nick Smart himself told me that. I totally didn't lie just now. I lied. I lied a little bit. I'm gonna be honest with you, I did lie just now. We need a big thing. We need a big thing made of wood. You know what, I'm just gonna spawn in like 3 green fields and we can observe the sizzle. And also, just a note, the short-range combiner, the ranges have been increased from 100 to 500 to 150 to 600, because they were a little bit too short-range, I think. Right, let us barbecue some sail ships, because it's great fun. Okay then. Misc! Wood base health is up from 180 to 200. This is to compensate for the fact that it is by far the most flammable material. Impact damage gets the same boost as explosion on the water. This is to basically add more anti-submarine options, because fire is, like, shockingly, it's not generally very good at things below water unless you really go nuts on the oxidizer. It is possible to set submarines on fire. I have managed to do that. Local weapon controllers now have an alternate mode. They can control weapons up to 4 cells away in 2 directions. This is an important thing, and I'm going to demonstrate that right now just by... Hold on. You just turn your lasers off for a second. We're going to go all the way up on the top here, so we're going to have... Over here, we're going to have a local weapon controller. Whoops. Right here. So, here... Over here, we have a simple machine gun. it is controlled by this. Put it over here, it is not controlled by this. If we have this option, 4 cells left and right, suddenly it is controlled by this. So basically it means that you can... Oh wow, that thing just burned to death over there. Bye-bye! Enjoy the bottom of the ocean. It'll help put out the fire that mysteriously has happened to you. So yeah, this is incredibly useful, and funnily enough, it's actually really good for flamethrowers. So let's pull you out of play for a second, and I'm going to throw my canoe right into danger. Taking on 2 green fields at once. What could possibly go wrong? What could possibly go wrong? Taking on 2 ships of the line at once. But I must point out that this is very useful for flamethrowers because it means you can put the local weapon controller slightly further away from the flamethrower. So it's actually pretty good. If this was not the case, and you wanted to set up a flamethrower like this, you'd have to put the local weapon controller like really dangerously close to the flamethrower nozzle, and thus the big scary outside world that is trying to blow it up. So that's a problem. Whee! Flying! Whoa! Friendly fire, have some. Whoa! Yep, so don't underestimate simple weapons, they actually hurt a lot. Thankfully, flamethrowers also hurt a lot. Alright, right, steam pipe durability increased. That is a very good thing because steam is now quite volatile. Propeller hub overlay is only displayed in build mode. Okay, good. Increased particle damage, particle cannon damage output by roughly 4.2%. We've just set ourselves on fire. No biggie. You are going to collide. Don't collide. Please don't collide. Most of those missed. Oh no! Collisions! No! Don't be silly! Okay. Added target prioritization options for plasma and flamer firepower. APS projectiles have 20% more health. APS flak damage reduced by 11%. I'm not entirely sure why that's the case. Flak was already kind of niche. APS flak warhead renamed to munition defense warhead. Flak damage to anti-munition damage. Missile... Oh, hello. One more dead thing. Missile interceptors do 20% reduced damage to projectiles underwater. Okay, that's presumably because torpedo interceptors are a little bit too good. Maximum turbocharger power per power over fuel bonus up by 11%, so turbochargers are better. Limited maximum ring shield destruction energy to effective area times 3000. Intensity is unchanged, which is 6. Huh. Okay, so ring shields do less damage now, which is a good thing, I think, because they do so much damage usually. You've set yourself on fire again, lad. You should probably stop doing that. That's unhealthy. And that's all the patch notes. So ultimately what this means is that you should go look at the fun trailers that people have made, and you should go set things on fire. Try not to spam wood too much. Separate out your fuel tanks. And your steam engines, actually. You might want to surround them, at the very least, in a layer of stone. Basically, you should probably start wrapping your fuel tanks in stone and or metal, because otherwise they'll chain react and set each other on fire, and that's bad. And my little canoe over there is doing very well despite smacking its ass against something. Maybe I should turn enemy collision avoidance back on, because that might be a bit bad. Alright, let's go hang out on our flame canoe. Whee! Well done, lad. You've burned so many things today. Whoosh! Whee! Whoosh! And that does it for this update. This is a pretty... It's an interesting update. The addition of fire does change the game quite a bit. In the ways I have mentioned. And I love it. I love setting things on fire in this game. It's really fun. And oh wait, no. There is absolutely no way I can end the video without demonstrating what a giant incendiary cram cannon does. So where did I put it? It is over here. Like, we're done with the patch notes. You don't have to stick around, but you absolutely should, because this thing is hilariously good fun. Please don't crash my game. This cram cannon, by the way, is enormous. and it is almost completely incendiary pellets. And if we have... I think one shot might be able to kill the crossbow, so I want to see that happen. Actually, hold on. 2 shots managed to kill the bulwark, so we should do that instead. Bulwark, there you are. So, already, massive cram cannon. Oopsie daisy. Sizzle, sizzle. Yeah. So yeah, being underwater is actually a good idea these days. Because if you're not underwater, you get set on fire. And I've already learned the hard way not to bunch all your fuel tanks together. That's bad. And ironically, just what? Oh yeah, that thing is over 600,000 kinetic damage, which is why it managed to overpen the way it does. It's actually more than that, I think. So yeah, this update is great fun. I love it. So, thank you all so much for watching. Thank you all the people who made fan trailers for this update. They're really good. Thank you to the devs for continuing to update this game. Brilliant Skies at the moment, by the way, is working on a special project. They're working on a new game, I believe. I don't know any of the details, but hopefully it's going to be really good. So I'm looking forward to that whenever that happens. And if I'm wrong too, please let me know. And thank you all so much for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe if you want to see more videos like this. Support me on Patreon or YouTube membership if you like. It really helps. And there's fun perks in it for you. Thank you to all my current supporters. Please check out my second channel, BorderRRR. We do fun non-From the Depths games because, you know, the YouTube algorithm really hates it when you do anything out of the ordinary. We've done over 10 million fire damage, and that's fun. And I will see you next time in From the Depths. Farewell!